Welcome to the 43rd online meeting of the ACT Background today, August 20, 2025. And please be reminded that this meeting is being recorded for the documentation purposes. We would like to acknowledge the presence of our quorum, starting with the provisional member and user, Ms. Christine Apple-Pre. Good morning, ma'am. Provisional member, Director Liza M. Raben. Good morning po. And
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. And this meeting is being presided over by the chairperson, Asel Philip A. Barilla. With that, the back secretariat confirms the presence of the quorum for today's meeting. Mr. Chair, we would like to request your permission to present the agenda for today's meeting.
Yes, please.
Presented on the screen po is the agenda for today's meeting. We have two items po. The first item is the private conference of procurement for the supply, delivery, and installation of the cyber risk assessment baseline scoring with the approved budget of the contract of 16,833,330. And the end user of this po is Miss Christine Apple-Pre. And the second item po on the agenda, which is in the afternoon session po, the back presentation po of the procurement of the lease of space and racks for the e-government data center collocation with the approved budget of the contract po, amounting to 59 million pesos. And the end user of this project po is Director June Vincent Manuel S. Laudan. With this po, may we request the approval of the TAC members on the presented agenda, please.
Can I request our back members for comments or any motion to approve the presented agenda for today?
Mr. Chair, Kim, na-post sa GC na makakancel yung isang agenda?
Bakse, can you please confirm or can you have any comment on that comment input from Director Lisa?
Mr. Chair, hindi naman daw po makakancel yung isang meeting, and the EU po of the second item po will attend po later po on the afternoon session.
Mr. Chair, with that po, motion to approve the posted agenda. Mr. Chair, thank you.
Thank you. Any second?
Any second po for the end user po? Miss Apple.
Yes po, second the motion for that.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. The agenda is approved. Thank you. Baksek?
Thank you po, Mr. Chair. Before we proceed po on the first agenda, we would like to ask po for your permission to admit and or accept the other participants and the prospective leader for the first agenda po to join this meeting.
Yes, please. Thank you.
For the information of everyone po, we have 4 prospective leader po who registered for today's private conference. Sorry po, we have 5 prospective leaders po. Namely, Versatile Solution and Service Incorporated. Second po is the Westep Co. Incorporated. Next po is the MasterCard KPMG or RG Manabat & Co. Next po is the eTraverse Solution Incorporated, and the last one po is Novara Technologies Incorporated. And with your permission po, Mr. Chair, we will now proceed on the presentation of the detail of this project prepared by the PAC Secretariat.
Yes, please.
Good morning, honorable members of BAC1. Allow me to present to you the project details for this credit conference. Okay, the DICT now invites bids for the project with reference number DICT BAC 2025-097. Project name is Procurement for the Supply, Delivery, Installation of Cyber Risk Assessment Baseline Scoring with approved budget of 16,833,330. And these are the following agenda. Okay. The invitation to bid for the project was posted on August 13 on the following website: PhilJeps, the ACT website, the ACT Bulletin Board, and e-procurement website. Invitation to observers for the pre-bid conference was sent on August 14 to the following: Commission Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Foundation, Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Incorporated, and Philippine Computer Society. And as earlier mentioned, the prospective bidders who registered for today's pre-bid conference are the following: Versatile Solutions and Services, Inc., Questec Company, Inc., MasterCard, on behalf of KPMG and RG Manabat and Company, Hyperverse Solution, Inc., and Novari Technologies, Inc. The provisional member and user representative to the DICT BAC 1 for this project is Ms. Christina Polbipre, the Chief Critical Infrastructure Evaluation and Cybersecurity Standards Division. And the designated members of the technical working group are the following: Maria Sina P. Abelio as the head, and the members are Edgy A. Carrias, Rolly B. Miranda, Jen Axil Caballes, and Jovelyn Mendoza. House rules: everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question, limit question to details of the procurement at hand. And instruction to bidders: the bidding for the project should be governed by all provisions of RA 12009 and its RRR and associated policies, rules, and regulations as the primary source thereof, while the herein clauses shall serve as the secondary source thereof. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to the ongoing posting, advertisement, or invitation to bid by the BAC to the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements for this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instruction forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They or through an agent shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 and its RIR or other integrity violations in bidding for the project. Eligible bidders. Only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate in this project. C. Pursuant to Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009, the bidder shall have an SLCC that is at least one contract similar to the project, the value of which adjusted to current prices using the PSA's CPI must be at least equivalent to. The bidder must have completed within the period specified in the invitation to bid an SLCC that is similar to the contract to be bid and whose value adjusted to the current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority. Consumer prices indices must be at least 50% of the ABC. The bidder shall comply with the eligibility criteria under Section 52.4 IRR of RA 12009. Subcontracting is not allowed. Bid and payment currency, payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. Bid price, use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. Bid security, all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the instruction to bidders, clause 14. Each bidder shall submit one original and 2 copies of the required documents. So this is the 2 envelope system and proper sealing and marking. The bid shall compose of 2 main documents, technical component and financial document. And each main component shall have, the technical component must have 1 original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. Same with financial document for financial component. 1 is original copy of the financial component, a duplicate copy, and a triplicate copy. Kindly observe the proper sealing and marking. So, to Department of Information Communication and Technology, from the name of the bidder, address of the bidder and capital letters, project, procurement of the supply, the installation of cyber risk assessment, baseline scoring, definite number, the ICT box 2025-097, and indicate the phrase do not open before September 2, 2025 at 1:30 p.m. The deadline for the submission bids is on September 2, 12 noon, and the opening of bid on the same date, September 2 at 1:30 p.m. Here are the checklist of technical and financial documents. The technical component envelope, legal documents, valid field jobs, registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages. Note pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the field jobs registration certificate, platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update this certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility document shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their field jobs registration certificate prior to the submission of their bids. B, the statement of the prospective bidders follows all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And letter C, statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, similar to the contracts to be bid except under conditions provided for in sections 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009. Within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Attachments, any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract, A, end user's acceptance, B, official receipt, or C, sales invoice for the contract. Letter D, the original copy of the bid security, if in the form of security bond, submit also certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declaration. Note, bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Letter E, schedule of requirements. Letter F, conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production, delivery, schedule, manpower requirements, and or after-sales parts if applicable. Letter G, original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officers to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. H, the prospective bidder's computation of net financial contracting capacity, NFCC, or a committed line of credit from a universal or commercial bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. And Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in case the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statement from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. Other documents for foreign bidders claiming for a reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country, stating that the Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. Financial component envelope should consist A, original or duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, and original duly signed and accomplished price schedule. And letter C, certification from DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the costs of taxes pursuant to section 61.2.2 of the IRR of RA number 12009, to which all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Bid data sheet. Number one, contract similar to the project shall be contracts pertaining to 1 year subscription to a cyber risk assessment baseline scoring system, platform, or similar projects such as risk assessment platforms or software as a service. Bullet 2, completed within at least 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount is 841,665.50, and the form can be either bank draft, guarantee, irrevocable letter of credit, or surety bond. Post-qualification documents within a non-extendable period of 5 calendar days from receipt by the bidder of the notice from the BAC that it submitted the lowest calculated bid. The bidder shall submit its latest income and business tax returns filed and paid through the BIR electronic filing and payment system, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law and stated in the BDF. Here are the following forms: schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule of goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, and omnibus sworn statement. Pursuant to Section 5.3 of Government Procurement Policy Board Circular Number 04-2020, bidders are highly encouraged to use the templates forms provided to minimize errors or omission in the form submitted. However, failure to use said templates or forms is not a ground for disqualification, provided that the form submitted includes all the mandatory provisions required in the RA 12009 and its IRR, as identified in Clause 2 of the required form section of the bidding documents. The bid form Number one, bid prices in figures and in words. And number two, the bid prices shall include the cost of all taxes such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties. This shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the price schedule or detailed estimates. Price schedule, prices indicated in the price schedule shall be entered separately in the following manner. For goods offered from within the procurement entity's country, number one, the price of goods quoted X works, X factory, X warehouse, X showroom, or X off the shelf is applicable. The cost of all sales and other taxes already paid or payable. Number three, the cost of transportation, insurance, and other costs incidental to delivery of the goods to their final destination. And number four, the price of other incidental services, if any. And for goods offered from abroad, the price of goods shall be quoted, delivered, duty paid with the place of destination in the Philippines. Number two, the price of other incidental services, if any. And number three, for services based on the form, which may be prescribed by the procurement entity in accordance with existing laws, rules, and regulations. Bid securing declaration. Bidders shall enter into contract within the procuring entity and furnish the required performance security within 10 days, 10 calendar days from receipt of notice of award. Bidder accepts that it shall be automatically disqualified from bidding from any procurement contract with any procurement entity for a period of 2 years upon receipt of the blacklisting order. And number two, it will pay the applicable fine provided under the guidelines on the use of bid securing declaration within 15 days from receipt of written demand by the procuring entity for the commission of acts resulting to the enforcement of the bid securing declaration under the pertinent provisions of RA number 12009 and its IRR. Omnibus sworn statement. The signatory is duly authorized representative of the bidder and granted full power and authority to do, execute, and perform any and all acts necessary to participate, to submit the bid, and to sign and execute the ensuing contract accompanied by relevant notarized document. Number two, bidder is not blacklisted or barred from bidding by the government of the Philippines or any of its agencies, offices, corporations, or local government units, including foreign or international financing institutions whose blacklisting rules have been recognized by the GPPB, by itself or by relation, membership, association, affiliation, or controlling interest with another blacklisted person or entity as defined and provided for in the Uniform Guidelines on Blacklisting. Third, each of the documents submitted in satisfaction of the bidding requirements is an authentic copy of the original, complete, and all statements and information provided therein are true and correct. Number four, bidder authorizes the HOPE or his duly representatives to verify all the documents submitted. Bidder complies with the disclosure provisions under Section 81 IRR of RA 12009 and its IRR in relation to the other provisions of RA number 3019. Bidder complies with existing labor laws and standards. And number seven, bidder complies with the responsibilities of prospective or eligible bidder provided in the ABDs. Number eight, bidder did not give or pay directly or indirectly any commission, amount, fee, or any form of consideration, pecuniary or otherwise, to any person or official, personal or representative of the government in relation to the procurement project or activity. Number nine, in case advance payment was made or given, failure to perform or deliver any of the obligations and undertakings in the contract shall be sufficient grounds to constitute criminal liability or for swindling or estafa, for the commission of fraud with unfaithfulness or abuse of confidence through misappropriating or converting any payment received by a person or entity under an obligation involving the duty to deliver certain goods or services to the prejudice of the public and the government of the Philippines pursuant to Article 315 of Act Number 3815 Series 1930 as amended or the revised Penal Code. Other required forms on the bid securing aside from bid securing declaration, performance security, warranty security. Security is posted in favor of the procuring entity. or two, amount of the security which is denominated in Philippine pesos, which should not be less than the required percentage as follows. For bid security based on the ABC to be bid, for performance security based on the total contract price, and third, for the warranty security based on the required percentage of the progress payment or total contract price. Validity period which should be corresponding to the time frame provided in RA number 12009 and its IRR. Number 4, respective obligation or undertaking that is guaranteed relative to the faithful performance of the responsibilities stated in the relevant provisions of RA number 12009, its IRR. And number 5, for surety bonds, it shall be callable upon demand issued by a surety or insurance company duly certified by the Insurance Commission as authorized to issue such security. For statement of the bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started. 1, name of outstanding contracts with other contracting party. P or a private company allowed by the rules, contract date, period and amount or value, and for goods, kinds of goods and dates of delivery. Statement of the bidders SLCC similar to the contract to be bid. 1, name of the completed contract with contract date, period and amount which should correspond to the required percentage of the ABC to be bid. The value is adjusted to the current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority consumer price indices when necessary. Second, for goods, the relevant period or delivery date when the said SLCC was completed, end user's acceptance or official receipt or sales invoice issued for the contract if completed. And third, definition or description of similar project or major categories of work. Honor certificate of acceptance or CP's rating accompanying the statement of the bidders SLCC. For honor certificate acceptance, 1, name of project owner that issued the certificate. 2, name of contractor or constructor. 3rd, name of contract, and 4th, contract duration. For CPE's rating, a final rating of at least satisfactory. For contracts with the private sector, and equivalent documents shall be submitted. Bidders computation of NFCC or committed line of credit of goods. For NFCC computation, ABC to be bid, amount or value of bidders' current assets based on audited financial statements. 3rd, amount of value of bidders' current liabilities based on AFS. And 4th, amount or value of all outstanding or uncompleted portion of the project under ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts yet to be started, coinciding with the contract to be bid. For CLC, ABC to be bid, amount which should be at least equal to 10% of the ABC, and 3rd, name of issuing foreign universal or commercial bank as confirmed or authenticated by a local universal or commercial. For joint venture agreement or notarized statement as to forming JV for goods. 1, if a JV is already in existence, the content shall include the responsibility of each of the JV partners or its contributions to the JV. And 2nd, the content of the notarized statement from all potential JV partners shall include that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful, and failure to enter into JVA in the event of a contract award shall be a ground for bid disqualification and subsequent forfeiture of the bid security. Certification as to reciprocity to foreign bidders for goods. Foreign bidders claiming eligibility based on its country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos shall submit a certification from the relevant government office of the country, stating that the Filipinos are allowed to participate in the government procurement activities for the same item product. These are the forms, bid securing declaration, the schedule of requirements, procurement for the supply, delivery, installation of cyber risk assessment baseline scoring, 1 lot, and delivered within weeks or months, within 45 days, within 45 calendar days from receipt of notice to proceed, Duration of 1 year subscription and support services shall start from the date of acceptance. There is a form for the price schedule for goods offered from abroad, offered within the Philippines. The bid form, affidavit, omnibus sworn statement. If we go to reminders to bidders, the clock at the DICT lobby using the Philippine Standard Time is the official reference during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the BAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at the DICT lobby and shall stamp this as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety and health protocols in place, and processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the BAC Secretariat. Okay. Request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at dict.gov.ph and bac.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on 23rd August 2025, 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJEP's website and the ICT website, e-procurement website, and bulletin board at the ICT lobby. Common causes of ineligibility and disqualification. 1. Invalid PhilJEP certification and underlying supporting documents. Pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009, all Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJEP's registration certificate, Platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. A failure by the prospective bidders to update its certificate with the current updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJEP registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. And failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of single largest completed contract. Similar to the project to be bid, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions pursuant to GPPB Circular Number 04-2020. Submission of unsigned documents. Submission of audited financial statements without stamp receipt of the BIR. Failure to submit the bids securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Take note that the bid securing declaration has additional mandatory provisions pursuant to GPPB Circular Number 04-2020. And failure to submit bid securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement without a jurat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. And failure to submit the forms which do not contain all the mandatory provisions pursuant to GPPB Circular Number 04-2020. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the BAC Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission proposal left by the courier service personnel, the lobby guard, or any other personnel or staff aside from the authorized BAC Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized BAC Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder. We go now to e-procurement structural guide for bidders.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go to eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Review the terms and conditions before proceeding. Tick the checkbox if you agree. And click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration. Check your inbox and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Kindly take note of the following guidelines regarding the payment and submission of bidding documents. Failure to comply with these requirements may result in disqualification. Kindly read the full details carefully to avoid any issues. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. After a successful payment, print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email for a copy of your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed. We encourage bidders to use the e-procurement system for a more efficient and convenient process. This allows you to submit bids securely without the need to visit the DICT office. Kindly ensure all requirements are completed before the deadline to avoid any issues. Accessing the
Okay, Mr. Chair, at this point, we can now proceed with the discussion on the technical specifications.
Mr. Chair, before we proceed to that part may we respectfully seek your guidance on whether to proceed with a detailed reading of the technical specification or to dispense with it and proceed to the question and answer for this project.
It's better to present the technical specifications. Can you please confirm whether all of them have read the terms of reference or the technical specifications for this project? If they were able to read, then we can go to the questions and answers. Max, can you please facilitate?
Okay po, Mr. Chair. To the participants po, or the bidder po, May we request your acknowledgement po if you already read the technical specification po posted on the PhilJEP's website. Kindly comment po or message po on the chat box if you already read po. May we request po your company and name po for we to identify if the participating bidder po. How about po kaila Mastercard, e-Traverse Solution, and the Barrier Technologies po? How about po kaila e-Traverse Solution po Incorporated and the Barrier Technologies po? Have you read po ba yung technical specifications po? Mr. Chair, the prospective bidder po have already read the technical specification po posted on the PhilJEP's website po. So it's your instruction po to whether to proceed on the reading or dispense with it po.
Since all of our participants, prospective bidders, have read the technical specifications, we can go now to the Q&A. Bakse, can you please help moderate? Thank you.
Noted po, Mr. Chair. The floor is now open for the bidders to have question or clarification with regards to the presented on the technical specification posted on the PhilJEP's website and the presented detail of the project by the back secretariat. And for the information of the participants, if you have question po would like to raise, kindly use the raise hand button and we will call you one by one po. Once called, kindly introduce yourself and mention the company you represent po. Thank you po. Any questions po from the bidders? Yes po, Mr. Jerome Gameng, your acknowledge po.
Hi, good morning. This is Jerome Gabing from Versatile Solutions and Services. We have one question on item 3.1, which mentions an initial assessment report that contains the overall grades and scores for at least 1,500 government agencies. Our question is, will these reports be submitted all at the same time? Or will this be delivered in staggered within the 30-day delivery period? Thank you.
May we request po for the EU to answer po yung question ni Mr. Jerome. Yes po.
Good morning to everyone, back secretary.
back members po. The 1,500 reports that were required to be delivered can be delivered in a staggered but within the 30-day period po, for just to be able to target or to achieve the first milestone payment.
Thank you po.
Any other questions, Papa, from the bidder? Yes, Mr. Ramwell, you're acknowledged po.
Good morning. Ramel Sahagun from Questec Co. Inc., account manager. For the SLCC, may we ask if software security is applicable for the SLCC?
Again po, may we request for the answer po from the end user? Yes po, Ms. Celia.
For the clarification, we can consider the software security as a part, for just to be able to comply with the SLCC po.
Thank you.
Yes.
Additional inquiry, ma'am, for the certification, what is your prepared certification? Is it okay to use the certificate of the partners or the distributor, or Questec only certificate?
Permission to speak po. For the certification, I think this is we meant for the certification of yung platform po natin. Yes, can be issued by the principal. Yun po.
Okay. I mean, ma'am, for the certificate of the technical who will do the implementation, ano po ba yun? Dapat po ba certified yung Questec, or okay lang po ba na yung engineers po ng distributors or partners yung i-provide na?
Okay. For the certification po, we require po na the engineers to be a subject matter expert on for the cyber risk assessment. So if they have a certification that they're subject matter experts, we'll consider po those certifications.
Okay, ma'am. Opo. Thank you, ma'am. For clarification na lang po, ma'am. Doon po sa, sorry na late lang ako kanina. Doon na lang po sa last question ko. For the copies of ng mga ipapasa po na bid documents, how many copies, and for one original, and how many copies we will provide?
Can we defer the question to the back secretariat? Thank you very much po.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Chair, if I may, so there are two main documents to be submitted: the technical, the financial, and there will be 3 copies, for each main document. 1 copy is original, and then second copy, and the third or the triplicate copy. Same for the financial. there are 3 copies, no, one original, first copy, and then the duplicate copy.
Noted on this, sir. Thank you po.
Thank you po.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Lozano, your
Yes.
acknowledge po.
Good morning. Question to Ma'am Sinag. So this is Rosana from MasterCard. We'd like to request a copy of the checklist of the technical and financial documents, yung PowerPoint kanina. Is it okay if you can send us a copy, ma'am?
Can we defer the question to back secretariat?
Mr. Chair, if I may po.
Yes, please.
The copy of the checklist of technical and financial documents are posted po on the bidding documents, sir.
Clarification, Ms. Jenny, yung presentation file, we have a copy already of the bid technical.
Yes.
Yung presentation lang po, as a guide.
What is in the presentation po is yun din po yung nasa posted bidding documents, sir. Pero if you will for the presentation po, we will consult po yung heads namin. Hindi pwede po sa inyo i-release ito. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Jenny. Thank you, Sir Philip.
Any other questions na po from the bidders?
Mr. Chair, if I may po again.
Yes, please.
For Mr. Lozano, sir, may I request, may the back secretariat request for your formal email na lang po requesting for the copy nung presentation during private conference, sir. Mr. Lozano?
Yes, ma'am. We will share po. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Any other questions pa po from the bidder? Mr. Dionel Morano. Yes po, sir.
Hi, Janelle Morano from Versates. I-ask lang namin, ma'am, if do we also have to put yung question namin on writing for it able to be part of the SBB or is it okay na, ma'am? Hello?
Yes, boss.
Yes po, all clarifications must be in writing po, and we will be reiterating the reminders po later on after the question and answer.
Okay, thank you.
Any other clarifications pa po or questions from the bidders? Mr. Chair, I think wala na pong questions from the bidder.
Okay, please present the final reminders before we excuse them. Thank you.
Thank you po, Mr. Chair.
Okay, yes, Mr. Chair, if I may, reminders to bidders, requests for clarification should be formalized to address an email to back secretariat at back@dscity.gov.ph or back@secretariat@dscity.gov.ph. And reminder, the deadline will be 23rd of August, 4 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, e-procurement website, and bulletin board at the DICT lobby. Thank you.
That would be all po, Mr. Chair, for the back secretariat. And for the second agenda po, this will be on the afternoon session po. 1:30 p.m. po.
Yes, so thank you, Baksek, and I would like to thank our participants, prospective bidders, for joining us this morning. Baksek, please excuse them, and please also excuse our end user and end user participants in the TWG. We will just resume by 1:30 as you mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you po. The end user and the prospective bidders po are now excused po to this meeting. Thank you po.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Thank you po, Director Luisa.